Good day, YouTubers. So to start this pattern making, you will need a male body or a mannequin. Now the first measurement you need to consider would be your shoulder to shoulder measurement. Shoulder to shoulder for men varies. You also need your chest measurement, which is going to serve as the widest part of your pattern. And you also need to consider the tummy. If the tummy of the person you're making your native for is really big, you need to measure it, and it has to be the widest part. The last thing you will need is the length. Now, like I was saying earlier on, the shoulder to shoulder of men are between 16 to 22. Always take your measurements. But today I'm making a standard native buba for daddies, which is 11 inches. Then you add your half-inch measurement. Now I'm going to mark 1 inch downwards. Now take note that the 11 inches I marked was divided by 2. Initially it was 22. Divided by 2 is 11 inches for the shoulder to shoulder measurement. Now I am marking my neckline. Men neckline are between 2/4 and 3.5 in length, 2/4 in width and 3.5 in length. Now just carve your neckline. Now connect the neckline to the shoulder slant you marked. Make sure the shoulder slant is 1 inch. Now I just marked 11 inch down for my armhole. Like I said in pattern making, what you got for your shoulder to shoulder measurement is what you will take down as your armhole measurement. Now I just divided my chest into 4 and I just marked it right there at the armhole line. Now just carve your armhole using your hand or your curve ruler. Now I'm just adding half inch. Men measurements, men's seam allowance do not need so much seam, just like the females do. Now I'm just taking down my length measurement, which is 39. Now mind you, the chest measurement I took there was 56 and divided by 4 is 14 inches, and that is what I used. I'm using a standard measurement for men. This is not going to be fitted. It's a daddy. I'm making it for my dad. It's a daddy kind of measurement. It's for grown men. So this is a standard measurement for grown men. 11 inches for the shoulder to shoulder, 56 inches for the chest, divided by 4, 14, and then the length is 38, 39. Now just get a new pattern and tape. Tape the pattern you made to a new pattern. Now I'm going to mark 2.5 inch. As you can see me, I am marking 2.5 inch. Now I'm connecting the 3.5 I marked earlier on Make sure the 2.5 inch you mark is from the ends, from the edges of your pattern. Now I'm just going to go ahead and mark 6 inch at the neckline part. Now just connect it to the pattern line. Now next thing I'm going to do is create my neckline curve. This is going to serve as the back. The new pattern that was joined is going to serve as the back pattern. And then the 2.5 inch that was added to it to make it look longer is going to serve as the falling to the front. I'm going to show you what that means later on. For men buba, the back often falls to the front. Once you're done cutting that out, fold your fabric good size together. Place your pattern on your fabric. Make sure the neckline part is at the folded edge, like you always see me doing in my videos. Now start pinning. Once you're done pinning, next is to cut it out. This is your back pattern, cutting it out on your fabric. Now this is what it should look like once you're done. Now fold and keep aside. Now get a new pattern and fold in half. And make sure that the neckline part of your pattern is at the folded edge of the new pattern. Now just go straight and pin. Now this is an Ankara buba I made for my dad early this year. So we are making something like this neckline also. Now this is what we're trying to create. We're trying to create this yoke. It's called a yoke at the back. This is what I was talking about earlier on when I said the back falls to the front. As you can see, that's the joining of the back and the front shoulders. It falls to the front. Now we are trying to create this yoke. You often see it at the back of a buba. Now to start your measurements, you mark 7 inch from the neckline measurements. You mark 7 inch. Make sure you pull your pattern up so it reflects at the other part of the pattern, of the new pattern you're making. At the neckline part, you mark 7 inch, and at the armhole parts, you mark 6.5. Now just go on and trace. Trace your pattern to the new pattern. Now I'm just adding 1/2 inch. Oh, the 1/2 inch I added was at the armhole part, for you not to get confused. Now I'm also adding 1/2 inch at the bottom. So once you cut that out, fold your fabric into two and cut out the shape. Once you're done cutting, unpin, and this is what it should look like. Now you've gotten your yoke. Now I'm just going to cut off that back 2.5 inch I added to my pattern. If you can remember the 2.5 inch that was measured that I added to my pattern, and now I'm just going to carve out my front. Now once this is done, just place it on your fabric, folded, good sides folded together, and cut it out. Now I want to cut out the yoke for the front, the neckline design for the front, just like I did for the back. I'm going to cut this out. Now if you have a buba, just go ahead and take note of the designs. Maybe your dad's buba, your brother's buba, or anybody's buba. Just go ahead and take note of the measurements, the designs on them, and then go ahead and imitate it. There is no harm in trying. It's not really that difficult. Like, it's easy. All you have to do is try it out and see how it goes. Now I'm just going to go in and mark about 2.5 inch at the neckline shoulder side. Now I'm going to take about 14 inches for the length of my neckline design. Now I'm just going to connect the lines. Now from here on, just go on and create any shape you want. You can make just Google any kind of design you see online and then just be creative with it. Now I'm just making a kind of desired shape I want for my design. Now once I'm done, I'm going to cut this exact shape I just drew out. Now this is it. I'm going to place it on my fabric and cut out as it is. Fold your fabric good sides together. Make sure the neckline part is at the folded edge of your fabric. Now pin. Next thing you do is cut it out. So guys, please make sure you like, you share, and subscribe please, and also make sure you turn on your notification button so you don't miss out new videos. So you get notifications on new videos. Anytime I post, you get notifications. So this is what your neckline should look like once you're done. You can use another fabric to add color to your neckline design. You can use a different fabric entirely. Now stick around guys, I'm going to show you how to make the stitches in my next video. Turn on your notification button so you don't miss out on my videos. Take care of you. Bye. Cheers. See you in my next